Hello students, as in the last lecture, we saw sums based on triangle, sums based on the quadrilateral, yes or no? And we saw one sum based on where we got a two linear equation, yes or no? As now we left with sums based on the cyclic quadrilateral and sums based on the when the angles of the triangles if they are in AP. Okay, so I hope you all understood the statement sums which was based on the triangle, quadrilateral and then a linear equation. Just simply you have to read and understand the question, frame the equation, check if it is a triangle, apply the property sum of the measure of the triangle is 180. If it is a quadrilateral, apply the property sum of the measure of the quadrilateral is 360. If it is a simultaneous equation, means if you get a two linear equation after reading the question, simply solve these two equations simultaneously, you will get the value of x and y. And in the question if this is that you have to find the answer in both the system, degree as well as in radian, and we know that how to convert degree into radian and radian into degree. Okay, so now we'll see sums based on cyclic quadrilateral and sums based on when the triangles when the angles of the triangles are in AP, or one sum based on when the angles of the quadrilateral are in AP, and sums based on how to find exterior and interior angles of a regular polygon when it is hexagon, pentagon, octagon, septagon. We'll see how to find the interior angle and exterior angle for that. So let's move on to the next sum based on cyclic quadrilateral. As here we have one sum in front of us. It says that in a cyclic quadrilateral, two adjacent angle are 40 and pi by 3. So we'll consider this quadrilateral A, B, C, D as a cyclic quadrilateral. So let's A, B, C, D be the cyclic quadrilateral in which in a cyclic quadrilateral the two adjacent angles. So what do you mean by adjacent angle? Okay, the neighbor angle. That means for angle A, the adjacent angle will be B and D. Why not C? Because C is the opposite angle. It is not the adjacent angle. So for A, the adjacent angle will be what? B, either it will be D. So here we'll take, so here we have two adjacent angle. One is 40 degree and one is what? Pi by 3. So one angle it is in degree and one angle it is in radian. And of course, we know that we are comfortable in solving the sums with respect to degree. So we'll convert this angle B into degree. Okay. And then you have to find the angles of the quadrilateral in degree. And then we have to find the remaining angles of the quadrilateral in degree. So final answer, it should be in degree only. Okay. So as we know that if it is a cyclic quadrilateral, so we have to apply this property. What is the property? The sum of the opposite angle of the cyclic quadrilateral is 180. So here for angle A, C is the opposite angle. So measure of angle A plus measure of angle C equals to 180. And measure of angle B plus measure of angle D equals to 180. So using this property, we can able to find angle C and angle D. Okay, so let's begin with the presentation part. So here first we'll write the solution. What? Let AB CD be the cyclic quadrilateral where measure of angle A is what? 40 degree and measure of angle B is what? pi by 3. Okay, as A and B are the adjacent angle. So therefore we know that we'll convert this radian into degree. So 1 radian is equals to what? 180 upon pi. Yes or no? So pi by 3 into 180 upon pi. So pi will get cancelled. So here you will get what? 60 degree. Okay. So now we'll apply the property. So since we know that sum of each pair of opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral is 180. So we get what? Measure of angle A plus measure of angle C equals to 180, and here we'll get measure of angle B plus measure of angle D equals to 180. So measure of angle A is what? 40 degree. Measure of angle C equals to 180. So therefore measure of angle C is equals to 180 minus 40. So therefore measure of angle C equals to 180 minus 40 is what? 140 degrees. So here we got the measure of angle C as 140 degree. So here now we'll see measure of angle B is what? 60 degree plus measure of angle D equals to 180 degree. So therefore measure of angle D is equals to 180 minus 60. So therefore measure of angle D is equals to 180 minus 60 is what? 120 degree. Okay. So in the final step, as here we have to find the angles of the quadrilateral in degree. So here measure of angle A is 40, measure of angle B is 60, measure of angle C is 140, and D is 120. So in the final step we'll write hence the angles of cyclic quadrilateral are 40, 60, 140 and 120 degree. So here A, B, C, D, where A is what? 40, B is what? 60, this is 140, and this is what? 120. So here we can check this 140 plus 40, it is equals to 180, and 120 plus 60, it is equals to 120. As we know that the sum of each pair of opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral is 180. So as clearly we can see that angle A plus angle C, it will be equals to 180, and here D, B and D is what? Equals to 180. So in this way you will present your sum in the exam. I hope you all understood the sum based on the cyclic quadrilateral. So let's move on to the next sum. As I told, we'll take one yeah two example based on each type. As we took some example based on triangle, some based on quadrilateral. As in the last lecture we saw two sums based on how to frame a linear equation and how to find the answer of x and y. Today we saw the sums based on the cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, now we'll take one sum based on when angles of the triangles are in AP, and one sum based on when the angles of the quadrilaterals are in AP. So you have to remember this formula. When three angles of the triangles are AP, so the first angle will take as A minus G, second as A, and third as A plus G. So don't change this sequence. Keep the sequence as it is. So first will be A minus G, second will be A, and third it will be A plus D. Okay. Suppose your A is what? 60. Suppose for example, if we consider A as 60 and D as 30. So here what you will get, 60 minus 30, 30. Then A is what, 60. Then 60 plus 30 will be what, 90. Here clearly we can see that the first angle is smaller. Then after that the second angle, it is greater than the first, and the third angle, it is greater than from the both the angles. So here clearly we can say that the first angle is always less than the third one. Yes or no? The first angle is always less than the third one. So this is the smaller angle and this is the greater angle. Same way here also, in four angles of the quadrilateral, keep this sequence perfectly. Okay, first will be a minus 3d, second will be a minus g, third will be a plus g, and fourth will be a plus 3d. Sometime in the question they will say that the greater angle, smaller angle. So remember, the first angle always it will be smaller, and the last angle it will be always greater. So here also this one will be smaller and this one will be greater. Okay, so this small things you must remember. As the question they will say clearly, it will be mentioned that the smaller angle and the greater angle. So by seeing this we cannot predict, we cannot say directly this is a smaller or this is a greater. So here, because of that, I took one example, as I consider A as 60 and D as 30. So here we come to the conclusion that the first angle is smaller and the last one is greater. So let's move on to the sum. So here we have the question: the measures of angles of the triangle are in AP. The measures of angles of the triangles are in AP. Yes or no? Angles of the triangles are in AP. And the greatest angle is 5 times the smallest. Then you have to find the angles in the triangles. Yes or no? Okay. So now we'll consider a triangle. Okay. In which we'll take the first angle as A minus G, second as A, and third as A plus D. So the measure of angles of the triangles are in AP. So let the measure of the angles of the triangles are in AP, A minus G and A plus G. Here we have one condition. It says that the greatest is 5 times the smallest. The greatest is the 5 times the smallest. So here, among these three angles, which one will be greater? Of course, A plus G. Just now only I had explained. A plus G will be what? Greater. Is means what? Equal to. 5 times means what? 5 into. The smallest angle. So here the smallest angle will be what? A minus G. So here the greatest angle is 5 times the smallest. So that's why only I told statements means what? You have to read and understand the meaning of each and every sentence, each and every word. So here the greatest angle is A plus G. Is means what? Equal to. 5 times means what? 5 into. Okay, so this all small things it was there in your 10th standard. So I hope you all might be knowing the meaning of a small words, like is what, times is what, is known as equal to, times is known as multiplication. Okay, so it is very important, you must know about the word, because the statement sum actually is known as a word problem. Okay, so now, so here we got one condition: A plus G equals to 5 into A minus G. So here when you will solve this sum further, so this will be A plus D, A plus D equals to 5A minus 5D. Yes or no? 5A minus 5D. So when you will solve this part, so here when this 5A will come this side, so this will be A minus 5A. When this part will come this side, so this will be plus 5D equals to 0. So here you will get minus 4A plus 5, sorry, 6D equals to 0. So here we got one equation. Yes or no? Here we got one equation according to the condition which is given in the statement sum. Okay, as clearly we can see that here the equation which we got, it is a linear form. It is in linear form, as here we have two different variable and the power of the variable is 1. And when it is a linear equation, we know that without the second equation we cannot able to solve the sum further, because whenever we have a linear equation two variables, so we require two different equation to solve the sum simultaneously. So here we required one more equation, so we'll give this equation as equation number 1. So as clearly we can see that the sums start from here, and here the first condition ends up, and then after that we have to find the angles in degree and radian. That's it, and nothing else it is given in the question. Okay, so from where you will get the second equation? Okay, the second equation int, it is, so here the second equation, it lies in this word triangle, angle. So here we have the angle and we have the triangle. So we know that one property, as I told, whenever you have one angle or two angle, or the angles given in ratio or angles given in alphabet, whether you have to find all the three angles, see to it that angle with respect to triangle, you have only one property, that is sum of the measure of the angles of the triangle is 180. With the help of this you can find your second equation. So now we'll see how to find the second equation. So so we'll apply the property, that is sum of the measure of the interior angle of the triangle is what, 180. So after this you will get a minus g plus a plus g equals to 180. So here d will get cancelled, so here you will get 3a equals to 180. So a will be equals to 180 upon 3. So here you will get what, 60 degree. So in the second part we got the direct answer of a instead of the equation, so it is very nice. So here directly we can substitute the value of a in equation number 1, where you will get the value of d. I hope you all understood how to read and understand the question and how to frame the equation. So let's begin with the presentation part. So here the solution, first we'll write, let the angles of the triangle be, the first one is a minus g, the second one is a, the third one is a plus g, in degree. Okay, we'll consider these angles in degree. Okay, so according to the first condition, it says that the angles of the triangles are in AP. Yes or no? So the greatest angle, the greatest is 5 times the smallest. So therefore, so the greatest angle is what? A plus D is 5 times the smallest, that is A minus G. Okay, it is not compulsory that you have to, according to the condition which is given, you have to solve this part first and then this second. Okay, if you want you can solve this section first and this part after this. Okay, so as now I am solving according to the condition. So this was the first one and this is the second one. So here this will be what, a plus t bracket open, so here you will get 5a minus 5d. So we'll bring all the terms to the left hand side. So here you will get a minus 5a plus d plus 5d equals to 0. So therefore this will be minus 4a plus 6d equals to 0. So here we got one equation. We'll give this equation as equation number 1. Now we'll apply the property the sum of the measure of the triangle is 180. So with respect to that, you will get a minus g plus a minus g plus a plus d equals to 180. So here clearly we can see that here we have d with opposite symbol, so d will get cancelled. So a plus a, you will get 3a equals to 180. So therefore a will be equals to what? 180 upon 3. So here you will get 60 degree. So here we got a as 60 degree. Okay, so now I will solve the remaining part here. So now we'll substitute this angle a equals to 60 degree where in equation number 1. So the equation number 1 is what? Minus 4a plus 6d equals to 0. So here this will be minus 4 into 60, yes or no, plus 60 equal to 0. So this will be what? Minus 240 plus 60 equals to 0. So therefore 60 equals to 240. So therefore d will be equals to 240 upon 6. So this will be what? 40. So therefore d will be equals to 40 degree. So here we got the answer of a as 60 degree and d as 40 degree. So first we'll find the angles of the triangle here. So the angles of the triangle are, the first one is what? A minus g. The second one it is a. The third one it is a plus d. Okay. So 60 minus 40. So the first angle will be what? 20. Second is 60. And third will be what? 100. So here we got the first angle as 20, second angle as 60, third angle as 100. So when you will add, you will get 180 degree. As we know that the sum of the measure of the angles of the triangle is 180. So now in the question it says that you have to find the angle in degree as well as in radian. So we know that here we got the answer, it is in degree. So we know that 1 degree is equals to pi by 180 radian. So now first we'll convert this 20 degree into radian. Yes or no? So 0 will get cancelled, 2 ones are 2 nines are. So pi by 9 is the answer. For the second one, 60 degree. 60 into pi by 180. Yes or no? I hope you all might be knowing the conversion between the radian to degree and degree to radian. Okay. So here 0 will get cancelled. 6 ones are 6, 3s are. So here we left with pi by 3. So the third angle is what? 100 degree. So we'll convert this 100 into radian. So 100 into pi by 180. So 0 will get cancelled here. So 2 5s are 2, 9s are. So here we left with 5 pi by 9 radian. So here we got the answer in degree as well as in radian. So here in the final step you will write hence the angles of the triangle are 20, 60, 100, or in radian it will be pi by 9, pi by 3 and 5 pi by 9. So here we got the answer in both the system in degree as well as in radian. So I hope you all understood this sum, how to read and understand, and how to convert a given statement into equation form. Yes or no? As the sum was little different, as here the angle actually it was not in numbers, it was mentioned that angles of the triangles are in AP. So we know that the three numbers in AP are what? The first one is A minus G, the second one is A, and the third one is A plus G. So here I took let the angles of the triangle be A minus G, A plus G. Okay, so here I had mentioned that the angles be in degree. Okay, so whatever the answer you will get in the first impression after solving this part, in the first impression the answer will be in degree only. Okay, then after that we'll convert that angle into degree into radian. So here we know that, so the angles of the triangles when they are in AP, so the three angles are A minus G, A plus D. So here according to the first condition, here we got the greatest angle. With the example I had explained that how you will come to know that which one is greater or which one is smaller. So here the first one will be smaller and this last one will be greater. So this will be the greater angle and this will be the smaller angle. So here according to the condition it says that the greater angle is 5 times the smaller. So with respect to that we got the first equation. The equation which we got, it was in a linear form, and we know that whenever we get a linear equation two variable, we required one more equation to solve both the equations simultaneously. So without the second equation we cannot able to solve the sum. Yes, whenever we have a linear equation two variable, see to that we require one equation or one value, so from which we can easily find the second value. So here the second condition we got from the word angles of the triangle. So angles of the triangle, we know that the sum of the measure of the angles of the triangle is 180. So from there we got the angle A as 60 degree. So we had substituted this value in the equation number 1, where we got the angle D, as clearly we had mentioned in the first step that whatever the angle we will get, it will be in degree. So here A and D will be in degree. Substitute the value, so where you will get the first angle as 20, second as 60, and third as 100. After this you have to convert, as in the question it says that you have to find the angles in degree as well as in radian. So we know that 1 degree is equals to pi by 180 radian. Okay, simply convert this degree into radian, so you will get the answer in degree as well as in radian. I hope you all understood both the example, as we took one example based on the cyclic quadrilateral. So for this, what was the property? The opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180. So with the help of this we got the angles of the cyclic quadrilateral, and this was the sum which was based on the angles of the triangles are in AP. Okay, so in the next video we're gonna see same type of sum, but your triangle will be replaced by the word quadrilateral. So we know that when four angles of the quadrilateral are in AP, so the first angle it will be A minus 3D, the second one will be A minus T, the third will be A plus T, and the fourth will be what? A plus 3D. So please don't change the sequence. Okay, you have to buy the sequence like this only. The first will be A minus 3D, then A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 3D. When you will see the consecutive term, difference between the two consecutive term, you will get the same answer. For the three angles, you have to take A minus G, A plus G. For four angle, you have to take A minus 3D, A plus G, and then its opposite, A plus G and A plus 3D. So we'll take one sum based on when the angles of the quadrilateral are in AP. So as now we took one example based on triangle, one based on quadrilateral, one based on the cyclic quadrilateral. Just now only in this video we saw the sum, two sums based on the linear equation, one sum based on the angles of the triangles are in AP, and we'll take one sum based on angles of the quadrilateral in AP. Then after that we'll see the important concept where how to find the interior and the exterior angle of any regular polygon. Okay, so in the next video we'll see this sum, one sum based on when angles of the quadrilateral are in AP.